Today we're going to talk about oval moissanite. For those of you considering an oval stone, moissanites are a great option. They actually refract light faster than a diamond. Because of that, you're going to see a real rainbow spectrum coming out of the stone. What's amazing about oval moissanite is the dreaded bow tie effect that applies to diamonds does not apply to moissanite.
So today's video, we're going to give you 4 solid tips to follow on how to pick a perfect oval moissanite. All right. Tip number 1 is to focus on measurements, ignore carat. So carat is mostly a marketing concept. It does not mean what people think it does. It does not mean size. Okay. So what you want to do is focus on measurements because carat is just weight. 1 carat is just another way of saying something weighs 0.2 grams. It doesn't actually tell you how big something is. Think of 3 guys that weigh the same weight, right? They can all weigh 200 pounds. They are not the same size, tall, skinny, short, wide. So what you want to do, the proper way to define size is really basic geometry. And in an oval, you want to just think of the length and the width, and you want to do that in millimeters.
Tip number 2, focus on the length to width ratio. So if you're considering the length to width ratio, you really want to look at, do you like your oval more elongated, more skinny, or do you like it more plump? It can actually be as plump as a roval, sort of almost looking like a round oval hybrid, or we could make it really slender. Like take a look at this 10 by 6, really slender oval.
Yeah, so for those of you guys that want a little bit more definition, I guess from a mathematical standpoint on how to define this, we're gonna just go over quick jewelry math, length to width ratio. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the length, right? Take that number, and then you're gonna divide it by the width. And the number that you result with is what we call the length to width ratio. The higher that number is, so if it's like a 1.5, for example, that just means that it's gonna be more elongated, whereas if you go down to like a 1.3 or lower, it just means that it's more plump. Now, where this is helpful is perhaps you try out a ring, maybe you see a diamond or a different gemstone, and you really like the shape of that oval. What you wanna do is, take note of the length and the width, and that will kind of help you figure out the exact kind of shape that you want.
Tip number 3, apply the 10 by 7 rule. So what is the 10 by 7 rule? Okay, let me take a step back. Moissanites are cut in bandwidths. Take a look at these stones. You've got the 9 by 7, 10 by 6, 10 by 8. Look at how wildly different these are on shape. What if you don't want any of these shapes? You're thinking you have to settle. No, you don't.
The 10 by 7 rule is basically saying, hey, you know what? You can get the exact oval in whatever measurement you want, and do not be worried that you don't see it, because you can find it in a different stone, a diamond, or a ring, and just know that you can get a custom cut. Video here that we go over how to go through that and what's involved, but that's just a perfect option for you if you're in that boat.
Tip number 4, figure out if you want a faceted cut or a rose cut. Rose cut is a very old Hollywood glam way of cutting stones. They have less facets and you can see through the stone, almost like a see-through glass or even a mirror paneling. Now this stone is a very polarizing cut. You either love or you hate it. Most of you are actually gonna lean towards the faceted cut. It's a really brilliant cut. You've got that nice sparkle all throughout and you don't have to worry about the bow tie effect.
So there you have it, folks. That's all things oval moissanite. Hope this was helpful. When you're ready, reach out and we'd love to help.